Hey there, Tarot Tube. Thought I'd pop on and talk about planners. So this is actually inspired by a video Tarot, Tatts, and Tea put up a few days ago, maybe a week ago, and I will link that here or there or somewhere, in which she was talking about planners, and she sort of asked for people to share, so I'm sharing. And as it happens, I have the same planner that she does. This is my third year working with this. This is the Ritual Society planner. No, the Ritual Planner. Ritual Society is affiliated, but something different. And I really like this planner. So I know we're getting near the end of February, end of January now, but I find that it takes me a few weeks to get the new year sort of under my feet. Like I can't, do that word of the year thing, like, and I've got it on January 1st. I don't. I wish I could, but I don't. So, yes, just to respond, I'm responding specifically to the creator over Tatts, and Tea. There we go, I got it. But I would love to know what you're up to with your planner as well, because I do see people in my feed that use this. So one of the things I haven't finished yet is the personal birth chart, but I do this every year. It kind of, I don't know, it just sort of helps me to keep it fresh and to remember it and all the stuff about the houses. So I could pull up one of my old ones and show it to you, but anyway, I don't have it down yet. But I did do my year ahead. I pulled all my cards for each month year ahead, and I'm entering them in as they go along. And I started coloring this. I really like to color in this planner because the planner is, it's just black and white, right? This is what it looks like on the inside. I'm sure some of y'all have seen it. So, but they've changed it this year. It used to be all the bullet pages were at the back, and now they're sort of interspersed, which I'm finding pretty useful to have it that way. So for example, in the month of January, let me see if I can find and pull it up. So I'm participating in a deck study on the secret of the witch's garden. So I've been able to take notes on that in here during the month of January when I'm doing it, instead of having it at the back of the planner. So that's kind of nice because it puts it in the right time frame. Because one of the things that's really cool about these kinds of planners is that it's not only directing you to look back, but it gives you the opportunity to look back. So for example, and for this I have to pull out last year's planner to do the January reflections. Let me just pull up a month that's not done because it's a little personal. You don't need to know all of I don't need to air all of my dirty laundry, right? So we're just going to look at June. So you can see that there's a page here with these boxes. And a lot of this is giving you the opportunity to set out what you want to happen in the month going ahead. But there's also places to reflect on what happened the prior month. So for example, if I wanted, so I could set these goals for the month of June, but then when I get to the end of June and I'm ready to do my goals for July, I'm invited to go back and see, well, what happened here? Do I want to revisit any of this? And I could see, like, looking forward to what, need to let go of, how did all that happen? And it's nice because it gives me a chance to do sort of some month ahead stuff. And then when I'm doing the month ahead for the next month, I can go back and look and reflect and see, well, what happened from when I thought this was going to be a thing and when it was a thing. And I do use the new moon and full moon spreads that are in this book, because it also gives you another chance to reflect on stuff, which I did not do on the new moon this month, but hopefully I'll get to it for the full moon, which is coming up this week. It'll be on Thursday, so I'll get to do that. So sometimes though, I want to do a new moon or a full moon spread that is specific to the astrological where we are in the year. So then these spreads don't give you the opportunity to focus on, oh, it's a full moon in Aquarius or whatever. So I might actually do 2 spreads for the month, in which case, before I was doing them on a piece of paper and then kind of gluing it in the back or something. But this year, so let's say, for example, I don't really feel like doing this full moon thing. I can still use this page, which is cool because it's lots of reflections on where we are with the full moon, how you feel, what you want to release, what you feel grateful for, what you'd like to change. But because I've got these bullet journal pages right here, I could actually do the other full moon if I wanted to do the astrological full moon spread and put it there, and then just make a note here of what I did. Or maybe I would make a note of the cards I pulled, but just like cross out the questions and write it there, which kind of gets me back to what I'm doing for my days. So Tarot Tatts and Tea was saying how she got the 3 card planner, which is what I've done all 3 years that I've used this planner, is I got the spread that lets me put 3 cards. But I don't always use them. I don't think I have an example I could show you here, but I'll just tell you, sometimes I just pull 1 card, usually if I'm in the mood for a 1 card thing, I'll just pull an oracle card. And if I just pull 1 card, well, it's easy enough to work with that because you just write in that 1 card, right? I could just write it in here, topic, I write, whatever I'm looking for, and then I have all of these lines to use to write about that 1 oracle card. But what's more likely, because I like to pull lots of cards, what's more likely is that I will pull 3 cards and then I'll pull another one. Maybe it's a clarifier for something. And you have space here where it says notes. And I almost always, the notes, it's either a summary, how I'm reading those 3 cards together. Like I might write what I think about each of the 3 cards individual. And here I'm writing my summary. I'm turning that into a story. But sometimes I will use that for an oracle card that I've just pulled separately. So I often, because I work from home, I often have a spread downstairs where my Muggle work is, which is frequently, I frequently use one of Chris Ann's decks for that because I do creative work. I teach piano, and those decks, they resonate for the kind of work that I do. So frequently I have that downstairs, and sometimes if I get a particularly potent reading about my work life, my Muggle work life, then I will bring my book downstairs and use the space, this extra space down here for my Muggle work life notes. But usually I don't bother taking notes for that. Usually I just have the cards out, and in between students I look at them and sort of refresh whatever insight I've gained from those cards. Or sometimes it's I get something of encouragement of like, focus on this to help me be creative or be the most open and responsive kind of teacher I can be. Which is not, guys, I work one-on-one, so the opportunity is there for me to really be present with my student and, say the right things. So I like to try to stay as focused as I can. What else do I do with this planner? So I'm in a book club. So I washi taped I printed out and washi taped my books for the year on here. I'm trying to think of what else I can respond specifically about my planner that would be helpful. Well, like I did say, I like to color in because it's so black and white. And I've started to do my year ahead. So I picked a color palette. I really love purple and yellow. I love it. So I'm coloring this in purple and yellow, but I think I need some blues in here. So I picked out my pencils. They're sitting in a separate little group so I can carry this palette through the year if I want to. But I also got some stickers. I'm going to step away to grab them because I think it's right over here. Oh, No, now it doesn't. Yeah, there it is. Hang on. Here's the book. So I saw this book. I saw this book at Barnes and Noble, and I picked it up right away. This sticker book. So the publisher is Sterling Ethos, and I apologize for being an enabler, but these stickers they're right up my alley. They're, I would say, you know, like rip-offs from fine art stuff. Rip-offs, no, maybe that's not the right word, but very ornate, romantic, flowery, and it's just a whole lot of fun. So I am hoping to use some of these stickers, like, I don't know, like look at this feather. This is an awesome feather. So, you know, I might be able to use that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like I use angel cards and I pull a feather and slap that down, something like that. Look, a little witch's broom. So it's got a lot of stuff in there in sections. Let me see if it says in the table of contents. No, it doesn't really. Like the first section is the celestial sphere. I haven't really studied it a whole lot, but some of these, look, so here's a nice page that goes with my palette that I've chosen. Yeah, so I'm hoping to incorporate more stickers into my books. I have some washi tape. I gotta tell you, I like the idea of washi tape, but for me, maybe it's the way I handle the paper. It comes loose. It doesn't stay put. So yeah, so that's how things are going with my planner. And now that I see how much I didn't color yet on my year ahead, I think I'm going to do a little coloring after this. So I had fun responding to your video, and hopefully some other folks will, or respond to mine, and we can sort of share what's going on with our planners. I think this is a really fun thing to talk about because, I don't know, just because. So go out there, see something beautiful today, no matter how you're feeling, but I do hope you are feeling well, and take care regardless of what's going on in your life. Thanks for watching. Bye.